So hi there, weather nuts. This is, well, I shouldn't call you nuts. I'm just as much a nut as everybody else. But anyhow, we're looking at northern hemisphere water vapor. Actually, western hemisphere, not northern. And I always love these pictures. And so anyhow, this is the U.S. clearly, and then there's Mexico and Canada and Alaska and Greenland up here. And hopefully you'll be able to see the cursor moving around. The thing I like about it, this is early December, and it's a 12-hour loop, so we'll just keep it playing. But what you can see is the polar front that exists right along in here. There, see, very cool. And it's very, what would you say about this? It's basically zonal. So it's flowing pretty much in a line right across the states. Here, a little bit of a dip right in there, but not really much of one. So, okay, so what are the key features of this? So, along with this zonal frontal system here that we see, this is a polar front. Okay, we can also see the ITCZ, so that's the International Zone of Tropical Convergence. I think that I got it all. But you can see all of the heating that happens here over the course of a 12-hour period. So you can see it all just warming up. These clouds go way up and they cool down remarkably. But this is where most of the water vapor for the Earth's atmosphere is put into play. Okay, so and you can just see these clouds. This is all convective heating that we have going on. You can see them bubble up here, and you can see them bubble up over the ocean where it's warm. This is the tropics. Okay, so you can see all that. All right, and then here you can see that. The air moves up and it moves towards the poles and it cools, and so then and as it cools, it starts to sink again. So you can actually see these ripples as it goes up and rolls over and starts cooling again. Okay, these are dry areas in here. You can actually just see dry, 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 dry. Okay, so this is where deserts are. Okay, a little bit of rain happening in these deserts now, but anyhow, I just want to show you that. And then up above that, here we have the polar front. Okay, so this is where the cold air from the Arctic is actually coming down. And you can actually see this stuff as it flows down. Here's a good example. You can actually see it flowing this direction. Okay, so we've got air going in this direction and cooling, and air coming down from the poles. Okay, so they meet right along this line. You can actually see that really nicely sharply defined line. Okay, these sharp lines reflect severe temperature differences. And in this case, it's very zonal. It's unusual. Well, not that unusual, but, kind of unusual. A lot of mixing going on here. These are all the Hadley cells down here where it's all flowing back down. You can just see it ripple around. These are beautiful. Okay, so in addition to being able to see the cells that make the desert areas, okay, Hadley cells, and we see this all rolls over and back down again. Why does it bend like that? That's because of Coriolis. Okay, all right. Anyhow, so what you can see here, if you look right along here, it's a little bit faint. It's pretty good at the beginning, right in there. Okay, this line. Okay, so if you just stare at that for a little bit, like right now, and watch it, you'll see that line form. Okay, this is all because of what? Orographic lifting from the mountains, from the Rockies. So you can actually even see the impacts of the mountains, geographic barriers here on the major atmospheric circulation. That is mesoscale effects, all because of mountains. Okay, you can actually see this cloud line form. It's all because of lifting. Okay, it's all lifted up. Okay, and it cools off, and that's where snow gets dumped and everything else. Okay, so, but if we're looking, we're in for a period here of a little bit of clear weather. Probably not all that cold because it's going to be coming in off of the ocean, but that's what we have going on. You can also see in here what are called atmospheric rivers. Yeah, okay. And so here we basically have been on tap. You can just see all this water vapor being carried. Okay, that's what the streaky stuff is there, the gray streaky stuff. That's water vapor, and it's being carried into the landmass. Now, what's the big thing about water vapor? Well, you need to have precipitation, you need to have water vapor, and then you've got to have some kind of mixing, which is going to lift the water vapor up to different elevations or bring it down, and that is what produces precipitation, because it causes a change of state in the water vapor. So here we are, polar fronts. Then here's the Hadley cell front, okay, right along here. This is where the subtropical jet is. In here a little bit. You can actually see it, okay, in here. And there's another one up here, polar front, then the subtropical jet, okay. Polar front, jet stream, polar jet stream, subtropical jet stream, okay. And it's zonal, big thing. And then you can see the orographic lifting right in here. And I think that's very cool if you just watch that. And you can actually see some stuff here where the lifting is very severe out here over the ocean. Now, just the way those things build, you can just see them sweeping around. That's powerful wind. Anyhow, so very cool. And you can see another jet zooming up along here. Okay, so probably tip of Greenland's probably getting a lot of snow, and Iceland is getting some there. So anyhow, it's very cool. So that's today. And hope you enjoyed it.